With its release back in 2016, it didn't take long for TikTok to become one of the most popular applications in the history of the world. But with fame and fortune often comes drama, which is what brings us here today. Join us as we take a look at the biggest headlines from the recesses of the TikTok community. Number 1, Addison Rae hits back at Met Gala haters in the best way possible. First things first, Addison Rae has been in the news for quite a few days now, which has surprisingly very little to do with her lackluster performance and He's All That. It all started with the building of hype for the 2021 Met Gala, which is considered by experts in the social field to be the most exclusive celebrity-centered event of the year. Since the global health situation is still in full swing, this year's Met Gala has been downsized quite drastically, leaving many fans of the event wondering which celebrities would be given the opportunity of attending when the 13th of September finally comes around. Knowing this information would do a lot for the lead up to the event, which often features incredible outfits and out-of-this-world performances from some of the biggest stars out there. When a seating chart started to make its rounds across the internet, people went absolutely wild. One community that couldn't help but be impressed by the chart was the TikTok fanbase, who saw some of their favorite social media stars, such as Charli D'Amelio and Emma Chamberlain, sitting next to the likes of Beyonce and Kylie Jenner. While this may not be too surprising, considering how influential these TikTokers have become over the last few years, not everyone was happy to see them featuring on the chart. Hating on the TikTok community appears to be the in thing at the moment, after all. Of all the social media influencers mentioned in the chart, Addison Rae probably bore the brunt of the backlash, though, with many referring to the fact that other celebrities at her table, like Lady Gaga, would have absolutely no idea who she is. This seating chart was, however, discovered to be nothing more than a fabrication, which many thought would have brought an end to the ill-mannered jokes that were being spread about Addison. Unfortunately for the TikTok influencer, though, her possible invitation to the Met Gala and fabricated seat next to Lady Gaga were made into a meme before she even had time to come to terms with what was happening. The crux of the memes being spread were centered on the bad romance artist not recognizing her as a star of the show, but rather mistaking her as a waiter for the event, with a visual representation of Lady Gaga at her best and Addison at her worst. Memes like this were often captioned with dialogue similar to the following: Lady Gaga, waitress, can you get me some champagne? Addison Rae, I'm actually Addison Rae. Lady Gaga, okay Addison Rae, get me some champagne. Not exactly the smartest of memes, but definitely one that hit hard at everything that Addison Rae has done over the years. As we mentioned earlier, there appears to be a lot of disconnect between the public and TikTok stars, something that is especially prevalent when it comes to people who have never used the application before. In fact, members of the public who fall into this category often find themselves hating on the platform and its stars, believing that they became famous for simply dancing and lip-syncing to trendy music. While there may be some truth in this, there's no doubt that TikTok stardom has been on the rise in the past few years. Look at Charli D'Amelio, for example. She's met everyone from Jennifer Lopez to the Jonas Brothers and has used her influential platform to support a number of causes, which have secured her a spot at just about every celebrity event out there at the moment. The same can be said about Addison Rae, who just recently starred in her first movie credit to date. Other than now being classified as a full-fledged actress, Addison can also boast the largest earning capacity of any TikToker to date, and has collaborated with the likes of Kourtney Kardashian, appearing on their world-renowned reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's very possible that Lady Gaga knows precisely who Addison Rae is, with the Queen of Pop having always kept her finger on the pulse of pop culture. In true Addison fashion, though, the young TikTok star didn't let these memes get to her, knowing full well that she will always have haters because of the meteoric rise in popularity and wealth she's had over the years. She ended up hitting back at them in the best way possible. Rather than calling critics out for being rude and hateful, she decided to adopt the meme for herself, sharing one on Twitter, which once more portrayed the situation in which Lady Gaga asked her for some champagne. She captioned the retweet as follows: "I would do anything for you at Lady Gaga," clearly poking fun at the situation and tagging Lady Gaga herself with the intent of hoping that she responds in time before the Met Gala. Addison truly handled this situation in a mature and logical way. Ever since she responded by adopting the meme for herself, there's been a tremendous drop in the creation of new templates on platforms like 9gag and Reddit, which certainly speaks for itself. Now, if only Lady Gaga would respond, that would definitely be the cherry on top of an already brilliant response. Whether Addison will actually get an invite to the 2021 Met Gala, we have no idea. The only information that has been released so far is that young stars such as Timothée Chalamet and Billie Eilish will be co-hosting the event alongside others. But since the guest list has yet to be announced, we will have to wait and see whether Addison gets her time in the spotlight. Not that she really needs it, but there's no doubt that she deserves a seat after everything she's gone through over the past few days. Number 2, the first family of TikTok has finally been released on Hulu. If anyone continues to doubt how influential TikTokers have become over the last couple of years, all they have to do is turn their attention towards the Hulu streaming platform. For those of you who don't know, the D'Amelio family has finally launched on the site and follows the behind-the-scenes lives of Charli's famous family. Considering how Charli and her sister Dixie have always been the biggest stars of TikTok, even overshadowing figures like Will Smith of Bad Boys fame, there's no doubt that the Hulu original is going to be incredibly successful. In fact, many fans have been referring to the release as the new Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is unfortunately coming to an end this year. If there's anything to show just how much TikTokers can do nowadays, it's this reality show, which has taken the fame and fortune garnered by Charli's impressive dancing and spread it across the entirety of the family. Even parents Mark and Heidi D'Amelio have been signed on by the girls' talent agency, who spoke about the creation of this reality show back when the papers were signed last year. Dixie even gave up on attending university to make it all happen. When asked about what fans can expect from the show, leading lady Charli described a formula that has been shared in many reality shows and made famous by the Kardashian clan. She also mentioned that when it comes to portraying a character on social media, fans come to expect that high-energy person at all times, making it difficult and exhausting to live with constant live streams and content uploads. She also mentioned that TikTokers have been targeted by a slew of negative comments over the years, and since these social media influencers are so young, these comments can really take a toll. This is especially relevant when it concerns the bodies of the influencers who are still growing out of their awkward teenage years. This wouldn't be the first time that both Charli and Dixie stood up against cyberbullying, having previously discussed comments such as these on behalf of TikTok in a now famous interview. The star summed it all up when speaking to NBC News, stating the following about the show in her own words: "We haven't had the proper place to say these things in the way we want to say them, whether it's how we're actually dealing with this all mentally or topics on how we feel we've been treated on the internet. I feel that those are things that they want to hear." In other words, it seems as if the D'Amelio family will be showing what it's really like behind the scenes when they all put their phones down. Since this is the first time that a TikTok influencer's family has put out a project like this, networks and streaming platforms alike are waiting patiently to see whether Charli and Dixie's fans flock to Hulu to watch their favorite influencers. If so, which we expect will be the case, we can probably expect more TikTokers to make the move from the platform to daytime television. Since Addison Rae has already made her reality television debut, there's no doubt that her family will be next. We have to say that this isn't a bad thing. When it comes to good childhood role models, there aren't many out there in the world. The Kardashian clan, for example, got wealthy and famous off of a leaked sex tape after all, and simply couldn't serve the same purpose as the wholesome D'Amelio or Rae family. As these television shows become more popular, we might actually see a change in America's children. It might be a bit too optimistic of a view, but we can hope. What do you think of the latest TikTok headlines? Be sure to let us know in the comment section down below.